Welcome back. Rob Klassen joining us from Wholesale Sports on this Tuesday afternoon. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Susan. Always great to be here.
Well, it's great to have you. And we're talking about a favorite pastime of many people at this time of the year, and that is fishing. We have so many awesome lakes around here.
You know, Kamloops is blessed. We have so many lakes in such a short area or short distance around. You can access well over 1,000 lakes in a 100-kilometer radius easily within this area. So great pastime, brings a lot of people into town, and the people who live here are passionate about it, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that love it. So we're talking about some fish nets
We're going to talk about fish nets, but and that's going to tie in with a lot of the fishing activity in the Kamloops area is catch and release scenario. So you'll catch the fish, you'll maybe take a picture of it, or just enjoy the sport of catching the fish and releasing it. But the most important thing, or one of the most important things, is the proper care for the fish, so that when you let them go, they can carry on. They're not going to die down the road, because we can do that if we catch them and we don't treat them properly.
Right.
So one of the most, or not the most important, but one of a very important thing is proper care of the fish when you bring it to your boat. And the first thing they meet is your net. So I have a net here. This is a Moba Net, and like Wholesale Sports, they're a Canadian company. This net is actually made in Maple Ridge, British Columbia. And we carry a number of them, different sizes, different lengths. And what makes it really good for fish care is you can see this is made for catch and release. It's flat on the bottom, so the fish can be cradled in the bottom without being bent over or too terribly stressed. As you can see, this material is kind of nice. It's not going to be abrasive against the fish. You don't want to ruin the cover of what people call slime on the fish. It's actually a mucus. Right. And you can damage the gills, and you can damage the fins. If the holes are too big, they get through there and they can become hurt. They're not going to be living a very good life after that. As you can see with this one here, it's a lot more abrasive.
It is. And, so this is what not to do?
Well, you shouldn't. If you're going to do a catch and release, you should use something that's a little more friendly to the fish. If you're going to put it in the boat and put it in the barbecue, then sure, go ahead and use that. That's not an issue. But you want something that, if you're going to release the fish to live another day, to get a bit bigger for the next, give it a chance.
Give it a chance.
Let it get larger.
Yeah, totally.
Then that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and we'll move on to a couple other different nets here. You'll see one here. It's a silicone net. So again, that's quite nice against the surface of the fish. It's not going to ruin the slime on the fish or take it away, because when you take that slime away, what you make the fish susceptible to suffering is from funguses, from infections, from bacterias that they just live in the water around it, and the slime actually helps the fish move efficiently through its environment, that being the water, right? Sure. So we want to take care of the fish that bring us so much pleasure in our day,
Absolutely.
and make us get up early in the morning when you normally wouldn't. Yeah. Another great thing for fish care is the removal of the hook from the fish's mouth. Right. So you're going to you're going to catch your fish. You're going to, like we see on the screen there, it's a forceps, and so it's a locking forceps. So you can put that around the hook that's in the fish's mouth and sort of nicely, gently take it out of the fish's mouth. And if you didn't have something like that, the hook would slip, and you'd spend more time trying to get it out of the fish. It would therefore stress the fish out more, and anything just to keep everybody's day going well.
Absolutely.
That including the fish. Okay,
so these are important decisions that you're making, right? You don't want to go
I think they are. I think most fishing people, most hunting people are environmentalists. Believe it or not, they want to see that environment sustained. And so we have to do what we can to make it enjoyable for us and everyone else and the future generations. And we care about that. Another thing, and I'll touch on it very briefly, is the hook you would use. Okay. A lot of people will use a barbless hook, which is, if you're doing a catch and release, that's probably the best scenario for the fish, because then you can remove the hook a little nicer. You can either do that by buying a barbed hook and getting a pair of pliers and pinching the barb, or you can buy hooks that are actually don't have a barb on them at all. Okay. And what you accomplish by that is, actually, when you're catching the fish, the hook tends to set a little faster, a little quicker, so you're not going to lose your fish. Usually when you lose a fish, it's usually user error.
Yeah, okay. We are out of time, sadly. We didn't get to talk about the bear spray, but bear spray is always a good idea to have with you. Maybe next time we can discuss it.
Next time we will.
Okay, awesome. Rob, thank you very much. Good luck with your fishing season.
Thank you so much.
All right. If you have any questions for Wholesale Sports, you'd like to check this out, you can go online. You can go in person to Notre Dame Drive. Of course, the phone number on the screen as well. We're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.